a lot of people have been talking about this very likely AI music band. They have AI music, they have AI artwork, they have AI band pictures, and I'm pretty sure their bio is AI generated as well. And they have 500,000 monthly listeners. And there's a few interesting things about this. A lot of people have been debating online who's behind this. I've seen a lot of people throw that it's directly Spotify. I don't think it's directly Spotify, and I'll tell you why. But first, let's just go through it, right? So this band, I'm just going to say band, but finger quotes are implied every time. If we go into show all, they've released 2 albums this month. This month as in June. This video is going live tomorrow, which I think is technically July, but 2 videos in June. June 5th, 2025. Going back, look at the second album, Dust in Silence. June 20th, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a new album every 2 weeks from this band, unless they get pulled. So there's a few other interesting things about that. That's one immediate red flag. This is almost definitively AI. No real band in this genre could possibly do 2 albums in a month. It's like classic rock, essentially. So there's no way like this kind of style could possibly be made. Like technically someone could prepare for like 2 years, make 2 albums, release them back to back. But if they were doing that, there would be all this other stuff around it, content, and stuff about the members, etc. Right? There'd be a rollout. There'd be a crazy thing to do as a real artist. So almost definitely AI. And if you look at the picture close, you'll see it's definitely AI generated, and the artwork also AI generated, which is whatever. Look at the bio. They used to not have social media sites linked. Now they do. There's nothing there, though. They have no followers. They also have an X, or Twitter, if you're new. And I think there's some hints in here. Like, they gave a whole backstory, but if you read this, it does kind of read like something ChatGPT would have written. But, they're rewriting it. They sound like the memory of a time that never actually happened, but somehow they make it feel real. I wonder if they're leaving hints about it being an AI project. Either way, check it out. It sounds like something that was made on Udio. It doesn't sound like Suno. It sounds like Udio. The vocals are too convincing. But it's just another AI music generation platform. All right, so it's actually the next day, and it's actually the day that you're seeing this video go live. That's the day I'm filming this. But Ben Jordan, who, if you don't know him, he's a music artist. He's a music technology dude, owns an AI vocal company. And I interviewed him here, if you want to check it out. A couple years ago, we had a great chat. But he has an algorithm that detects AI-generated music with, reasonable accuracy, according to him. I don't have a way to validate it myself, but Ben's a smart dude, and I'm honestly, I think he might have his software algorithms licensed to other parties. So either way, he's smart, and I would trust him on something like this. And he ran the Velvet Sundown Dust in Silence album in both CD quality, uncompressed, and 24-bit 96K, and every single track returned AI detection with 100% confidence on his AI detection algorithm change. He has a newer module to detect which generative model was used. All of them were Suno, either 3, 3.5, and 4.0, which honestly surprised me. And yeah, as a journalist, co-founded an AI rights company. There's your evidence. They're deceptively using AI on DSPs. You can see his output here. I won't bore you with the details, but basically it's just saying it's 100% confidence that it's AI generated. And he also ran it using, I don't know how to say this, but I've seen this word a lot, IRCAMs, IRCAMs, I don't know. Either way, it's another model. All but one track returned positive for Gen AI detection. And he said it's hard to even find a few seconds of the album doesn't return a greater than 99% confidence. But anyways, cool update. Back to the video. A lot of people are arguing who's behind this. And there are several music projects on the internet that are huge that are AI. And let me pull some of those up right now for you. So here's one. This project, 370,000 monthly listeners, Beats by AI. This one's definitely Suno. There's another one, Biscuit Beats, 312,000 monthly listeners. I found a few, and I literally just searched for AI music on Spotify. And these come up, and they're very obviously AI. And I'm sure there's ones that are even more subtle. I know people who have done things like the Velvet Sundown. They're not as successful at it as they have been, but a lot of people are saying that they think it's Spotify behind it, but in my opinion, I don't think Spotify would want the negative press associated with this. There are so many people trying to game and extract money out of Spotify that it's almost definitively just a random person who made some cool AI-generated music. And I say cool because it sounds cool to them. And it's whatever. If no shade on you if you like AI music, but I think most of us watching this would probably agree that most of the people that listen to it are people listening to their own prompts. Very few people actually listen to just AI music as it is. So I'm not going to get into an argument with that. But it's very likely just a person who made some AI music. They thought it sounded great. They threw it online. And maybe this is their 100th attempt at doing this, right? We have no idea. There could be so many failed projects that we don't know about. And then the follow-up question always to that is, well, then how do they grow so fast, right? They released 2 albums in June. It's June 30th at the time of filming this. And within a month, they go from 0 to 500,000 monthly listeners. That's not real. That's not possible. And you're right. It's definitely not real. I'm pretty sure these other AI ones that I was showing you, this could be real. This could totally be real listeners. They could have marketed this and made content for it. I didn't look into these particular ones. Maybe they're fake, maybe they're real. That's not the point. But I know people who have pulled this off real. Like these have been growing over like 2 years. And with these guys, though, I looked at Chartmetric. And the funny thing about Chartmetric is when you look at the stats for Spotify, let's look at monthly listeners. And let's look at the whole history here. Look at the straightness of this graph, right? This is bots. In fact, you can see that every day, 18,679 monthly listeners gained. 18,679, 18,679, etc. All throughout June until June 24th, which I'm pretty sure is when the news stories started breaking about this ban, right? Because there was a couple of news stories like this very obviously ad music product has 300,000 monthly listeners. People were talking about the ethical ramifications of that. Which is great, right? Like there's obviously problems with this. But the real problem here isn't, at least I don't think, is it should AI music be allowed on the platform. I think it should, but I think it should be labeled, kind of like what Deezer is doing now. They're labeling what they think is AI-generated music. They're not perfect at it. There's some that's on there that I know is AI that they're not labeling, but there's also, I'm sure there's false flags on the other side. But I don't think that... I think the problem with this project is rather that this is obviously fake, right? No one can grow 18,679 monthly listeners in a day this consistently. And if we look at their followers, I believe it's a similar thing, right? They gained exactly 77 followers a day up until June 24th, when I believe other people started finding them. So everything up from June 8th, when they started reporting, up to the 24th was just bots. And I have a feeling that whatever company or individual behind this was planning on just doing this up until they could no longer grow it further and Spotify found it and banned it. And they would just make whatever money they made, hopefully, and then make a new project and do it again. What I don't think it is, someone made the counter argument that Spotify could also do this, but if Spotify was going to do this, do you think they would be this stupid? Don't you think they would just throw it in some editorial playlist and make it look more real, and maybe even hire real musicians? Why would they use an AI-generated project and pump such suspiciously obvious, stupid numbers towards this? So personally, I don't think it could possibly be Spotify. I think that's silly. But I thought this graph was insane. I've never seen a straighter line on monthly listeners or follower graph. Now, there's another point of evidence that I want to point out that maybe will give us some evidence into who is potentially behind this. Maybe not, because I'm sure other people are better at this stuff than I am. But looking at their playlist, they're discovered on, you can see what playlist they're on. Because on Chartmetric, you can see when they're being added to playlists. And if I click on this Vietnam War music, we get this Extra Music company. Okay. And the next one, Extra Music. Solitude Collective. Cult Pop. Solitude Collective. And you're going to see a trend, there's a lot of overlap here. Cult Pop again. The band itself, again, finger quotes, does have a playlist up here. Classic rock songs. And this points us to an account that has nothing, essentially. But I don't know. We don't know who's behind this. I just don't think it's Spotify. But what I can tell you for a fact is that this shit ain't real, right? This is... It might be real now, but what got it from 0 to 300K when the news story broke, right? And they even stopped promoting it here. I have a feeling that everything they got caught, and then this is all real just from the hype surrounding this artist, right? How many of you watching this video now are going to go check out this project and do it? In a perfect world, I would almost want to blur out this band to not encourage it further, but you could literally just Google it and find it anyways, and I don't want to do the work to blur it out in the video. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. If you find anything juicy, also let me know. If you want to learn how you can promote your music, check out this video right here where I show you how to run ads to promote your music from start to finish. Or if you want to see whatever YouTube thinks you should watch, check out this video right here. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.